One of the inherent problems with just about anything is that small errors in conceptualization at the presuppositional level can lead to quite large errors at the operational level. In the case of women's self-defense, this is not merely an issue, but rather it is the primary driver of all other issues, and there are many. In order to properly address each and every issue, we have to go back to the foundational level on which the industry is built. For every product or service, there is, in essence, a problem or void that needs to be solved or filled. With women's self-defense, the initial error in conceptualization occurs there, at the place of the problem, which of course is the problem that the industry purports to solve. And because the error occurs unknown and unchecked at such a fundamental level, everything else will be, to put it bluntly, wrong. At every other level, regardless of how logical or how sophisticated or how scientific or how honest the industry seeks to be, it will be wrong. Okay, so great. We've established that the industry is wrong. Does this help us in any way? No, it does not. Even if we were to aim our focus at every individual operational issue, this wouldn't fix the fundamental errors in conceptualization. And more importantly, if the fundamental errors in conceptualization aren't addressed, then the operational errors aren't recognizable as the errors they are. We have quite the conundrum here. So what do? As is generally the case, we must go back and replace all of the faulty, unstated presuppositions. And this, of course, requires a great deal of work, since fixing problems and doing damage control tends to be much more complicated and tedious than simply getting things right at inception. But this is our job, so let's get to it. There are several large foundational issues to be covered first, and each of these will be intertwined with the others. While these can be taken in any order, and you will certainly find yourself looping back around to re-listen, or reread if you love captions, we will consider our upcoming discussion of the temporal distance phases to be the initial break into the larger project. Beyond that, we will be addressing the following errors in conceptualization, or, to put in typical social media terms, myths: the ROI lie, predator-prey continuum, offense-defense matrix, the problem with the prediction principle, or lying to yourself with statistics, size matters, attributes employ skills, not the other way around, confidence versus false confidence, acclamation, acclamation, acclamation. Hopefully this list has your interest. I can't promise any of this will really be interesting, certainly not as interesting as binge-watching an entire series of some well-written television program, or reading a great book, or doing a whole host of other worthwhile pursuits, but perhaps interesting enough. Should you find yourself honestly engaged or invested in the industry, or if you just care about the well-being of women and that of the perpetually upcoming next generation, then you might want to take a listen.